When you write a program in any language, it's common to have bugs. A bug is an error in the code. Sometimes these bugs will cause error messages in the console. Other times they'll cause your program to operate differently than you expected. In this video, we're going to focus on reading and making sense of the error messages in the console. These error messages can be a powerful tool for debugging. There are two different types of errors you'll see in the console: compile time errors and runtime errors. In this video, we're going to focus on compile time errors. Compile time errors take place before the code actually starts to run. Typically, these are syntax errors. Syntax errors are mistakes in the code that do not follow a programming language's syntax. Let's take a look at our first example. Here I have some program code that I haven't run yet. So I'm going to go ahead and run my code. And inside here, we can see that we have an error message. Let's take a look at that error message in more detail. When we see an error message, we're going to see a few different pieces of information. One is the name of the file where the error took place. In this case, it's telling us that the error took place in the file myclass.java. You will also see a line where the error took place. In this case, it's in line number 4. You'll also see a verbal description of the error. In this case, it shows us that it was expecting a semicolon. Finally, you'll see an arrow that points to the location of the error on the line. It's important to note that these are all places to start to look. Sometimes the actual error happened in the line before or lines before the line mentioned in the error. Sometimes it happened afterward. But when you have a lot of code, generally this is a good place to start looking for compile time errors. Let's go ahead and debug it together. In this code, I can see on line 4, sure enough, I am missing a semicolon. So I need to finish that statement with the semicolon, and now I can go ahead and try rerunning my code. Let's see what happens. I'm going to clear my console first, so I get a nice clean console to check if any more errors pop up. Great, it printed just what I expected. Let's try another example. Here I've got a new class. The name of the class is called testing class, and I have a clear console, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try running my code. I've got another error. Let's see what it says. It says this took place in testingclass.java on line number 4, and the description says unclosed string literal, and it points to this quote right here. Now this is supposed to be a complete string, but I can see that I forgot to close the string. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to close my string right here, give it one quote. I'm going to clear my console, so if I have any more errors, I'll be able to see them very clearly. And I'm going to go ahead and run my code again. Oh, I have another error. Let's see what this one says. It says it took place in testingclass.java on line 4 still, and it says error, package system does not exist. And it's pointing to this dot right here. Sure enough, I can see I forgot to capitalize the S in system. So you can see here, it didn't point to the S in system. It was saying, hey, I don't recognize what this is because I don't know what system is. So I'm going to go ahead and capitalize S because Java is case sensitive. Capitalization does matter. I'll clear my console again and go ahead and run my code again. Hey, it worked. Let's try one last example. All right, we've got a new one. I'm going to go ahead and run my code. All right, let's figure out what this says. It says this took place in debugpractice.java. That's this file right here. On line number 6, so it's saying there's an issue on this line. And it says that it reached the end of the file while parsing. This is a great example of an error message that's kind of hard to make sense of. What I can see is when I click on line number 6 in this curly bracket, it shows that it closes this curly bracket right here. But what's missing? I didn't close my class. So the computer is a little bit confused because it says, hey, I'm not seeing what I expected to see after this point. So I'm going to go ahead and close my class with a closing curly bracket, and I can see that it highlights the opening one to show that it's now all closed up. I'm going to go ahead and clear my console, and I'm going to try running again. All right, it worked. Again, learning how to debug takes time, but reading those messages can be really powerful as you're learning how to debug yourself and helping your students debug as well. Happy debugging!